Good morning, graduates and guests. It gives me great pleasure as Deputy Dean of the Faculty of Business and Social Sciences to open this ceremony for Kingston University today. So graduates, some of you may be sitting here today thinking that you might not, that this day may never come, that you wouldn't quite reach the finish line. Each of you will have faced unique challenges along the way and on your journey here. But nevertheless, you have proved your strength of character and your ability by working hard and achieving your degree. Always remember that the university does not confer degrees lightly. You have earned your degree and you have earned your seat here today. And today is a celebration. It's a celebration of your success, of your determination, and of your resilience. Now, we know that you chose to study at Kingston University because we are a modern, forward-thinking university. So we don't expect you or your fellow guests to sit in old-fashioned, stuffy silence. So guests, when your friend or loved one walks across the stage to get their degree, please feel free to chat, to clap, to cheer, to whistle, to holler, to raise the roof. And please take as many pictures as you like, because this is your day and we want you to express yourselves and to enjoy it. And be proud of you and be proud of yourselves, because we are incredibly proud of you. I now invite the Provost to make an address to the audience.
Good morning, everyone. Family members, friends, and most importantly, the graduating class of Kingston University. Today is not just a ceremony, it is a checkpoint, a moment where you get to pause, look back at the journey and what you have already accomplished, and then look forward at the horizon you are about to shape. You arrived at Kingston with questions, with ambition, with uncertainty, and with a quiet hope that you might just become someone bigger than the person who first walked onto campus. And look at you now. In terms of knowledge, confidence, resilience, skills, and life experience, I am sure you will agree with me, you have achieved more than a degree or higher degree. You have survived deadlines that felt impossible, mornings that came too early, and challenges that demanded more from you than you thought you had. You have learned to think critically, argue boldly, collaborate generously, and adapt relentlessly. These are not just academic skills, they are life skills. They are the tools that will carry you through every unpredictable chapter ahead. And let's be honest, the world you are stepping into is not simple. It is fast, loud, competitive, and constantly shifting. But here is the truth that matters most. You are not stepping into that world unprepared. You are stepping into it with the resilience of someone who has already proven they can rise. Kingston did not just teach you what to think. It taught you how to think, how to question, how to innovate, how to stand your ground, and how to get back up when life knocks you sideways. However, you were not alone in this journey, and today is not only about you. It is also a moment to honor the remarkable people who supported you, carried you to this point. For many, that has been parents. For others, husbands, wives, partners, children, or friends. These are the people who answered late-night calls, arrived with pasta or pot noodles, or quietly made you a coffee as you worked into the small hours. Many of you have faced real challenges, academic pressures, financial strain, or the juggle of study, work, and family life. Through it all, your supporters stood with you. So, as my colleague suggested earlier, I want all graduates to stand up. Stand up. Face your loved ones. If they are in here, if they are not here, think of them and make such a noise that people who are walking outside here will hear you. 1, 2, 3. Not acceptable. That is not good enough. Come on. 1, 2, 3. Well done. Please be seated. Your degree is not a finish line. It is a launch pad. The world does not need you to be perfect. It needs you to be awake, curious, and unafraid to make things better. Class of Kingston University, you are well equipped and you are sought after, ready to build, ready to challenge, ready to lead, ready to surprise even yourselves. So, when you leave this theater and the campus, take this with you. Be bold enough to try. Be stubborn enough to persist. Be brave enough to fail forward. Aim high, always, and be generous enough to lift others as you climb. Go out there and make the kind of noise that echoes and shapes the future. Congratulations to you all. Graduates and guests, we are delighted to welcome Kanari Lada to this ceremony as our keynote speaker. I invite Kanari to stand whilst Professor Beth introduces her to you.
Hello again. It's my absolute privilege to introduce today's keynote speaker, Kanari Lada, an award-winning data and technology leader whose incredible journey began right here at Kingston University, where she graduated with a BSc Honours in Business Information Technology in 2002. From those early days on campus, Kanari has gone on to shape the future of data and technology, rising from hands-on practitioner to Chief Data Officer at Merlin Entertainments. Over the past 2 decades, she has led transformative digital and data strategies for some of the UK's most iconic brands, driving innovation that has changed customer experience and business outcomes. Her influence has been widely recognised. She's appeared in the Data IQ 100 list of the UK's most influential data leaders for 7 consecutive years and is a recipient of the Top 20 Women in Data and Technology Award. But what makes Kanari truly remarkable is her commitment to lifting others while she climbs herself. She is a passionate advocate for diversity and inclusion, a mentor to future leaders, and a voice for women in technology. Her story is one of resilience, curiosity, and staying true to your values, even when the path is challenging. So graduates, as you step into the next chapter of your lives, Kinari's journey reminds us that success is not just about what you achieve, it's about the impact you make and the people you bring with you. So please join me in giving a very warm Kingston welcome to our keynote speaker, Kinari Ludder.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Professor Betts, for the introduction, and Professor Alani for the incredible opportunity here today as a keynote speaker. Standing here today, back at Kingston University, feels incredibly special for me. If I'm honest, quite slightly emotional. Coming back to my university instantly takes me back to my very first day when I arrived, leaving home, moving somewhere completely new, knowing absolutely nobody. I remember that mix of excitement and fear so clearly. Even though at the time I didn't recognise it as bravery, I was just doing the next thing, just like my friends were. And I hope, as you take the next step in your journey today, that parts of mine might inspire you, especially when things don't go exactly to plan. When I first arrived here back in 1998, studying business information technology, I never imagined I'd be back here one day standing on this stage. Back then, I was just trying to survive coursework, making friends, and being very honest, enjoying student life a little bit too much. My journey here wasn't smooth or perfect, and that's important to say out loud. I actually failed my first year, and no, it wasn't because the course was too hard, it was because I partied far too hard, especially now it's closed down, Kingston Hill Bar, from what I've been told. It's probably a good thing. Some of you know already what I'm talking about. At the time, failing felt devastating. I was embarrassed, I questioned whether I belonged here at all, and whether I was good enough. But that failure became a turning point for me. I worked harder than ever before, and I asked for help, learned resilience, and I eventually graduated with a first-class degree. That experience taught me something I will carry today. Failure is not the opposite of success, it's often the pathway to it. So, if any of you are sitting here today thinking, I didn't do as well as I hoped, I'm not sure I've got this figured out, trust me, neither did I. Failure didn't stop my journey, it actually shaped it. Kingston also gave me something else that lasted longer than exam results. Friendships for life. The people I met here are still closest friends of mine today. We grew up together in these halls, libraries, and late nights. And those bonds have stayed with me through every chapter since. And Kingston gave me something else as well, life-changing, my husband. We actually met here. He studied at aerospace engineering at that campus that no one ever goes to, Roehampton. If you know, you know. So yes, Kingston didn't just give me a degree and a career, it gave me a marriage. Later, 2 teenagers, 1 boy, 1 girl, who now regularly remind me that they are far smarter than I am. Apparently, I know nothing, so life comes in full circle. After graduating, I landed a placement at the Home Office, working in the statistics department. It was my first proper job title, data statistician, which meant long days coding, analysing data, and trying to make sense of complex problems. And that's when something clicked. For the first time, I saw how data tells stories, influence decisions, create real-world impact. That was the moment I fell in love with the world of data. I started my career writing code, analysing data sheets, and over that time, that curiosity, passion grew. Today, I'm proud to say that I'm a Chief Data Officer, leading data and technology teams and helping organisations make much smarter decisions. In fact, I started a new role just last week, so you heard I was at Merlin. I'm now Chief Data Officer at Travelodge, the hotel brand that some of you may have known. This has been an exciting chapter for me this year as we move on to the next one. I remember watching my friends head into what felt like much cooler jobs when I first started out. They went on to big brands, impressive offices, exciting titles, and I wondered if I made the wrong choice by going for the role that I did at the Home Office. But little did I know, those early days, sitting there coding and learning, and the foundations, would quietly become the bedrock of everything that followed. Over the years, I've been incredibly fortunate working across multiple industries and brands leading data and technology teams, and being recognised with industry awards. But what I'm really proud of are not the titles or accolades. It's standing here as a woman of colour in an industry still dominated by men and using my platform to advocate for others. I care deeply about creating pathways, breaking down barriers, and making the next generation know they belong because you do. So, what actually inspires me? I genuinely love what I do, which is why I've worked in the field for data for over 20 years. I've seen how data can transform customer experiences, solve problems, and unlock growth. I've worked with some phenomenal leaders, but my great inspiration has always been my parents. I grew up in the East End of London, the first generation born to immigrant parents, and their work ethic, resilience, and self-belief in education shaped everything I am today. It's the formula that's guided me. If there is a formula that's guided me, I think for me it's these 4 values. Number 1, passion. Always stay curious. Care deeply about what you do. Number 2, ambition. Know your why and say it out loud. Courage. Say yes before you feel ready. Push yourself out of your comfort zone. And self-belief. Own your strengths and make yourself visible. I won't lie, I was very excited to hear I'd be wearing a gown today, a graduation gown, mainly because it gives me a chance to officially replace the deeply embarrassing photo I have from the first time. So to today's graduates, here's my advice I'd like to leave you with. Don't be afraid to fail. Take the opportunity that scares you. Ask for help for people around you and your network. And remember, your journey doesn't need to look like anyone else's to be extraordinary. My connection to Kingston University runs deep. This place gives me confidence, resilience, lifelong friendships, and a second chance when I really needed one. Being invited back today as a keynote speaker is one of the proudest moments of my career. Class of today, as you take the next step in your journey, I truly hope mine has shown you that anything is possible, even if the path isn't straight. Congratulations and thank you for letting me share my story with you today.
Graduates and guests, it is now time to greet former students whose achievements the university celebrates today. This ceremony is a public recognition of conferment of the hard-won degree, diploma, or certificate.
Provost, I have the honor to present to you graduates from the Department of Strategy, Marketing and Innovation. Nemanja Duldevich. Amna Abid Raja. Abid Salim Raja. Muhammad Aziz Raza. Caleb Simmons. Wasal Ben Daman. Miracle Olu. Awarded the Course Director's Prize, Josephine Amici. Mabel Ayite. Pritam Maiti. Alexei Morisimo. Aisha Aruj. Cheta Pujari. Ijaz Khan Ahmadzai. Wahida Anwar. Sumana Batkar. Malika Batnagar. Muriel Busi. Amrufa Chandrasekaran. Amagan Darishte. Adima Antoinette de Souza. Amanda de Souza. Sonia Gatiria. Lydia Gebrezji. Kimia Yaramadi. Kunj Goyani. Simon Husby. Hannah Johansson. Alan Jose Thomas. Rumesa Karukus. Maria Kurejova. Japan Kaur. Nikta Kadivi. Vilde Gongstein. Diana Kulchitska. Kritika Kumar. Fumilayo Romawi. Sander Lofsberg. Sarah Lorik Falk. Maria McGregor. Risvin Sam. William Madudike. Pranav Mehrota. June Bergam Miltenberg. William Nierbash. Louis Nwaiwu. Priya Patel. Rohil Patel. Simon Ramaswamy. Harsh Sunil Rathod. Saivash Paul. Idris Saifi. Tanmay Sawant. Edward Sven. Soham Vibhuti. Mantra Vyas. Mayank Yadav. Chetan Miwada. Jodia Reglos Renolia. Bastian Rodrigo. Mohammed Hassan bin Suhail. Niyati Aurora. Mina Baban. Parth Sunil Bafana. Mayuresh Devrukar. Agnes Diaz. Alfie Freeman. Yining He. Colrav Italia. Nalini Kumar. Botonjo Lee. Shijia Lee. Xian Liu. Shreya Vivek Lokandi. Masoodi Shea. Shalom Matthew. Preeti Rajendra Moore. Navrit Singh. Matilde Pires da Costa Monteiro Coelho. Kritika Rohila. Awarded the Course Director's Prize, Ashima Singh. Darya Sondaga. Prabhsimran Kaur Harpreet Kaur, Rajinder Singh, Sudan. Arsh Tyagi. Xiong Ife. Ashna Darji. Egwano Akurgiran. Arul Joshua Anthony Amulragdi. Pham Bakwok Hui. Yalim Yisnilli. Siddhi Uday Harkari. Rahul Kumar Parashar. Ailey Rafferty. Varsha Sheila Sudhir, awarded the Course Director's Prize. Nakia Ujjainwala. Drishti Joshi. Arslan Ahmed Khan. Purva Banwadkar. Sylvia Buseni. Alicia Marin Davis. Rizel Valonia Fernandez. Abhiran Halda. Awarded the Course Director's Prize, Pooja White. Simrat Kaur Oberoi. Harshia Satiswaran. Simran Rathori. Awarded the Course Director's Prize, Varshita Rati. Gulam Naila Rasul. Tala Abu Ghadeb Thompson. Kevin Kajay Cruz. Francis Gading. Awarded the Course Director's Prize, Priya Juneja. Suyash Kandelwal. Gerardo Lira Castro. Radhika Mittal. Sumiyatin. Kripa Kuriyakoti. Provost That concludes the graduate awards to be presented at today's ceremony.
And guests, I invite William Madudike to give a vote of thanks on behalf of the graduates.
The Provost, distinguished guests, academic staff, families, friends, and my fellow graduates, good morning. It is an honor to stand here today on behalf of the Kingston University graduating class of 2025 to offer our collective thanks. Today symbolizes something far greater than just a ceremony. For many of us, it is a first, a groundbreaker for our families, a record broken for our communities. In that sense, we do not only stand here simply as individuals, but we stand as representatives of much larger stories and narratives. Our success today speaks to that child like me, back there in Buhera in Zimbabwe, whose highest dream probably was to head cattle for the richest man in the village. Perhaps it speaks to the child in rural India who may be writing his 7th scholarship, not knowing whether the next rejection is the last. It speaks to that girl in Kharkiv, Ukraine, sheltering under a bunker, anxiously not knowing when peace will come for her to pass and to pursue her dreams. Our walk across the stage has far greater meaning to those people. In us, they see themselves, and they are reminded that regardless of the struggle, uncertainty, and circumstances, their dreams remain valid. As an African, this moment reflects a powerful African philosophy that we live by. It says, it takes a community to raise a child. While rooted in Africa, it resonates across the globe. It reminds us that no achievement is ever individual, and that even those whose contributions may seem invisible play a vital role in making our dreams possible. For me, that community was my own mother. If my academic life were to be written as a movie, my mother would have been the least likely candidate to play the main actor role. If she was asked today what I've studied at Kingston University, she would not say it without having to read it first, again and again. She only managed to attend 6 years of primary school in Zimbabwe, not because of inability, but because during the colonial times she grew up in, most women were only encouraged to learn enough to read and respond to love letters from potential suitors. She bears not any single academic certificate. She will not walk across the stage today, yet this moment is as much hers as it is mine. I was able to see this far because I stood on her shoulders. To me, she is that community that raised me. And when we reflect honestly in our own journeys, we see that it is true for all of us. Each graduate here carries the names and efforts of people who never be printed on our transcripts and certificates, but who celebrate this achievement as if it was their own. friends who fought tooth and nail to keep us focused when the journey felt overwhelming, classmates who took their time out of their own busy schedules to explain concepts that were difficult for us to understand in class, and of course, the ever-reliable barista whose coffee kept us awake when we were simply too tired to continue. Above all, we owe a deep debt of gratitude to our lecturers and academic teams. You did far more than deliver content. You challenged our thinking. And even more, you armed us with tools and future skills, not only to stay relevant, but to solve tomorrow's problems. You were the real community we needed to emerge not only as graduates, but as business leaders. From time immemorial, business, religion, and politics have shaped civilization and the world as we know it. Yet far too often, it has been weaponized to amass wealth from the masses and reaching the few, and that is business. This is the world we now live in. This is the world that we are going to graduate into. So quite frankly, graduates, the world is not in short supply of intelligent people like you. What it needs are leaders who understand the weight of their decisions, not only today, but long into the future. Therefore, as we take our deserved seats in the boardrooms and institutions and organizations, let us remember that we are not only there for ourselves. With every decision we make, we carry the hopes and the dreams of the community that raised us, the people that sacrificed for us, and the dreams of the academics who invested in our potential. Let us lead with conscience as much as competence. Let us build businesses that create shared value, not just profit. And let us honor the trust that has been placed on us by the people who sacrificed. Now, enough of this unsolicited encouragement from me. Today is our day. Today we celebrate the many mountains we have climbed and the many hands that helped us. And fittingly, nothing captures the essence of this collective achievement better than how we congratulate each other in Zimbabwe in Shona language. We say makorokoto to mean congratulations. And surprisingly, the response to that is not thank you. The response is nde edutose, which means the achievement is for us all. This is a stern reminder that we stand here today because there are those who stood with us. So in that spirit, I say to the esteemed class of 2025, Makorokoto, congratulations.
Well, thank you, William, for that vote of thanks, a timely reminder of the people who've been before us and, of course, the people who will come after us as well. We are a link in a chain. For all of you here, your friendships that you've formed at Kingston and the times that you've shared, the life lessons that you've learned, and the memories that you take with you will be just as important as the degree certificate that you're now holding in your hands. And we know from past experiences that many of our graduates stay in touch with each other. And we want you to stay in touch with us as well. Our links with you do not end here today. In many ways, today is just the beginning. Our thriving Kingston alumni team will always be here to support you, no matter when or how. Just go to our website, kingston.ac.uk/alumni, to find out about all of the benefits of keeping connected with us. You're automatically a member, so these benefits are yours to be had already. And we'll keep in touch with you about what's happening here in Kingston You'll also receive invitations to come along to alumni events, use our network, and consult our careers services. We also love hearing from you. So any news that you have, whether it's personal or professional, we'd really love to hear from you. All of us here at Kingston University would be delighted to receive an email, a LinkedIn message, a tag in social media to hear how you're getting on. We are already incredibly proud of you, and that pride will carry on from here. Your future will always be important to us. So whether your news is in 10 days, 10 months, or 10 years, we want to know. Because you chose to come to Kingston, so you will always be part of the Kingston family. Now, before we finish, just a little bit of light housekeeping. When the ceremony comes to an end, we kindly ask that you are please upstanding as we proceed off the stage, and then make your way out of the exits and over to the ceremony that will be held at the townhouse. So that really does bring us to the end of the ceremony. We look forward to meeting you at the reception at the townhouse shortly. If guests could please rise as the platform party leaves the stage, and we ask you to remain in the hall until we have left. Thank you very much. Enjoy the morning.